Hi friends, welcome to consumer behavior subject. So today we are going to see Herzberg hygiene two-factor theory in motivation of employees in organization. How this theory will help you out for you to motivate the employees in organization. Myself is Magnati, Assistant Professor, Department of Management Studies. So Herzberg theory, it was Herzberg hygiene theory. Two-factor theory we can call it as. It is propounded by Frederick Herzberg in the year of 1959. So he's a behavioral scientist, proposed two-factor theory or motivation hygiene theory. This theory is based on an interview. He has conducted an interview for 203 American accountants and engineers in Pittsburgh. We choose them because of their professional growing importance in the business world. These people are very much important in the business world. This two-factor theory states that certain factors in a workplace that causes job satisfaction, while a separate set of factors causes dissatisfaction. So he has mainly focused on two factors, that is job satisfaction and the job dissatisfaction. Certain things, if it is in a absence, it leads to dissatisfied. Certain things, if it is there in the job, so that it leads to job satisfaction. Let me see which are the two factors which leads to satisfaction or which leads to dissatisfaction. So moving to the satisfaction, which is mostly affected by the motivation factors. Motivation factors helps in increasing of the satisfaction, but aren't not that effective on the satisfaction. These factors is very much essential to create a satisfaction among the employees who are working in the factory or in the industry. So dissatisfactions are the result of hygiene factors. If these hygiene factors, if it is absent in the workplace, it leads to or else if it is absent or inadequate, it leads to dissatisfaction of the employees in the long term. Let me see which are those hygiene factors and which are those motivation factors which are essentially required to motivate the employees in a work spot. So moving to hygiene factors are those factors which are essential for existence of motivation. So in order to motivate the employees in a work spot, these hygiene factors is most essential. So these do not lead to any positive satisfaction, but for long run, so if it is there, it creates a short-term satisfaction. It leads to motivate the employees, but these factors are absent in the workplace, then it leads to dissatisfaction. So that's why being producers, they should supposed to maintain some hygiene factors in order to motivate the employees in a factory. Otherwise, it leads to dissatisfaction of the employees. So these are some of the factors, hygiene factors, has to be maintained by producers in order to motivate the employees in a factory. That is the first one is the pay. So we need to pay a good salary or wage structure. We need to plan a wage structure so appropriate and reasonable. So according to their capacities, according to their competencies, we need to provide those reasonable salaries or wages. So and also sometimes companies policies and administration policies also one of the major factors will influence our individuals to motivate them better. The company policies should not be too rigid. If it is fair and clear, so the people will be get motivated very easily. So if it is very strict, so people will be dissatisfied in the long run. So coming to the one more hygiene factors, that is of fringe benefits. The employee should be offered health care plans, benefit plans, family membership plans, or employee programs, etc. So that in order to maintain motivation level of the employees. So next factor is physical working conditions. So we need to provide a good ambience or working atmosphere to the employees, so which are very much safe and which has to be very clean and which has to be very much hygienic in a work spot. So next is status. An employee status with the organizations should be familiar and retained. So that means we need to maintain the good status among the employees. They should recognize and they should identify their efforts and motivate those recognition who are doing better. So it leads to motivation of the employees. So moving to the next hygienic factor, that is internal relations. That means we need to have a good relationship within peer group, superior, subordinate, so that if we're able to have a good relationship among the members who are working in the factories, it leads to good atmosphere in the factory. So it leads to motivate the employees to perform better. Next is the job security. So organization must provide a job security to the employees so that they should not feel like they are going to lose the job at any time. So we should provide some job security to the employees. If we are able to maintain these hygienic factors, so employee will be maintained, motivated, and they will perform better. So coming to the motivation factor, according to us, for the hygiene factors cannot be regarded as a motivators. So motivation factors yield to positive satisfaction. These factors are inherent to work. That means it is very much essentially required for a job. So these factors motivate the employee for superior performance. These factors also called as satisfiers. So if we're able to provide these motivation factors, it leads to satisfaction of the employees. These factors involves the performing the job, and employees finds that these factors essentially rewarded. So let's see some of the motivation factors which is essentially employees expecting from the job or expecting from the employer side. First is recognition. So employees should be praised and recognized for their accomplishment by the job manager. So whatever the performance has been done, that has to be recognized by the managers. They have to be praised and they have to be recognized, so that if you're able to praise and recognize, they can able to perform better to the maximum extent. Next is sense of achievement. So sense of belongingness will come only when you're able to identify their efforts. So it depends on the job. It must be fruits of the some sort of the job. So we need to bring that sense of belongingness or sense of achievement among the employees, so that employee feels that this is my job or this is my company, like that. That has to be bring in among the employees. So next, coming to the motivation factors, growth and promotional opportunities. There must be a growth. There should not be any stagnant in the job promotions. They should provide a platform for the employee to grow there in their advancement, in their opportunities in the organization. So if there is no growth, or the employee will be demotivated. So therefore, we need to provide some career opportunity for those people who are having really competency in updating their professional growth. Moving to the responsibility, so we should provide ample of work responsibility to the employees based on their efforts or based on their performance what they are doing. So here the manager should give them a ownership at work. So they should minimize the control but retain the accountable. That means we should provide a responsibility also, and also we should make them accountable to the job which is assigned to them. So next is meaningful to the work. The work itself should be meaningful and interesting and challenging. There should be that means which we can able to do it by allocating the right job to the right employee, so that employee will be feel interesting and job will be very interesting and challenging for the employee to perform to the maximum extent. So this is the summary to know what we gone through with that. So this is the reference which you can able to follow through this reference to update more information. Thank you.